We're going to do all of our testing and instructional video on the Big Joe because everything that we're going to do here works on the Classic as well. It just works faster on the Classic. So we're going to use the slower of the two to set up, and I'm going to start here. You can see about how much coal I've got in my firebox here. My coal level is just up a little bit higher than the air hole level in the firebox. I am using the Kamado Joe fire starter cubes, and I've got 3 of these guys buried in the charcoal here in just a little triangle pattern. So we're going to light these up. I'm going to get all 3 of those burning, and then I'm just going to by hand take a few pieces of charcoal and set it over the top of where the fire is burning so it can have some coal to light on top of that. And then I'm going to start my timer. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close the dome lid. The bottom vent is fully open, and I'm going to slide my top vent all the way to the side. And we're going to look, we're going to watch this come up. It comes up fairly quickly. I'm going to show you the thermometer here. We'll watch that, and I will show you the timer beside it as we go. So we'll be back to look at this at the 5-minute mark. Okay, we're coming up on the 5-minute mark, and our grill is up about 360 or so, or 370. You can actually see it moving. So we're going to come back and look at this again at the 10-minute mark, and we may actually see a cooling there or a slowing down of this, and I'll explain that when we get to it. I also forgot to mention we are using the stock fire grate in the Kamado Joe, and the ash pan is installed. So that's where we are. We'll be back at the 10-minute mark. Okay, now you can see we're coming back. We're approaching the 10-minute mark, and my thermometer here has cooled down to about 280. You know, I told you it would probably cool down, and it has. And what happens there, those fire starter cubes that we lit up, those things burn for about 8 minutes. And when the flame actually goes out from those, the grill experiences a little bit of cooling before it picks up again and starts heating back up. But it will start back rapidly because we've got a good draft going through the grill right now. So when I get back here to show you this at the 15-minute mark, you'll see a big spike in the temperature. Okay, now we're rolling up on the 15-minute mark, and my dome thermometer is showing about 520, and it's still climbing. You can actually maybe even barely see it. It's actually moving. You can watch it move. We're up to almost 530. So this grill's getting really hot. I'm going to let it go to the 20-minute mark, and then we're going to have a look inside the grill, and I'm going to give you some best practices to go from there. Okay, now we're rolling up on the 20-minute mark, and my dome thermometer is sitting between 630 and 640, and it's still climbing. It will go on up to about 700 or maybe even higher within the next few minutes, but there's no sense in me running this up any hotter than this. This just shows you how quickly you can get the Big Joe up to this temperature when you use this starting method. So I want to talk about a couple other things. Let's look inside the grill. We have a really hot fire going here, but it's not quite ashed over the way I would like to have it ashed over. If I was planning on cooking this, I would set my divide and conquer rack in there if I wanted to grill a whole bunch of steaks or a whole bunch of individual pieces. If I was going to cook steaks, I would have the racks in the lower position. If I was going to cook chicken, I would have them in the upper position, and I wouldn't have the grill this hot for that either. The dome temperature doesn't matter a whole lot when you're doing direct grilling. It's just a reference to how quickly your grill's coming up to temperature, because that 600 plus degree temperature we had up in the dome compared to a grate temperature that we would have down over that fire, there's probably a 200 degree discrepancy or better. It's probably closer to 800 degrees or maybe even hotter directly above that fire. It's very hot, and it's way too hot for most cooking applications. You don't need that kind of heat even to sear steaks directly. You want to, I mean, you can, it's a preference, but what I would want to do at this point, if I were going to grill over this, is I would shut my lower vent halfway and let it sit for another 10 to 12 minutes before I put my steaks on there or get my grilling started, because you've got a lot of heat going on there, and it's just going to get hotter. And getting your hand out over this It just takes you a second to feel exactly how hot that is. It's too hot to work over. You're going to want to wear heat protective gloves anytime you're working near that level of heat.